Hi Scorpios, welcome to your reading for Tuesday, February 6th, 2024. I apologize for being a little bit late in posting this week. There's been some schedule changes again, but it's February and that's just how it's going. If you want to enter to win a free reading on 2/22, go ahead and put free reading in the comments. If you want to book a personal with me or donate, all that information is in the description box below. Otherwise, let's get started. So after that last reading I did, I felt pretty drained. There was some heavy energy there, but it's feeling lighter today, and I've had some like signs and symbols from spirit, a hawk with a snake in its mouth, a rainbow, and then we had a 4-leaf clover. So I don't know if you're getting signs, symbols, synchronicities. If so, go ahead and put what they are in the comment box. I'm interested to hear from you all. I'm going to pull a Universal Truth card, Consciousness. So in terms of signs, symbols, synchronicities, consciousness is really interesting. I was telling somebody today how it's a little bit how I can communicate with spirit as like a co-creator. Anyway, human consciousness is the unseen communication from the higher force fields. To be conscious is to draw from our intelligence, integrity, and mindfulness. We thereby become a forceful energy that can remedy any situation. Lines between black and white can be clouded by an instant of unconsciousness. Therefore, by being conscious, we bring order to chaos and wrongs become righted. We welcome accountability for the wellness of this wounded world. Our tears come forth as a display of our conscience, because to cry means consciousness reaching you, C-R-Y. To quote Einstein, no problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. Remember, consciousness is an awareness that if we are not even a small part of the solution, we are indeed a large part of the problem. Okay, so accountability here seems like an important message for you. I was drawn to look into the scrying bowl, and I'm seeing that it's a little bit cloudy. Certainly as I've moved it, it's going back and forth, and I'm reminded of a quote I read today about somebody tripping on LSD and sort of realizing that the negative and positive was bouncing them back and forth during their trip, and that they were becoming this sort of integrated dualistic consciousness, sort of like DNA. And it was on a video, it was a comment on a video about like the conspiracy theory of everything and exiting the Matrix, which I didn't watch all the way through, but you may be experiencing some level of like ascension consciousness right now, and you may be having some hard times like vocalizing exactly what this is, or just putting your finger on it. Okay, so what's the heart of the matter for Scorpio today? Where is Scorpio at regarding this issue? What is the issue or the point of meditation for Scorpios today? Okay, I just was drawn to pull these ones. So we have Peace and the Ace of Wands reversed. You may be feeling a little bit drained. Ooh, the Lovers sideways. Okay, well, that's understandable. We'll clarify. Okay. So the heart of the matter is maybe indecision. You may be withdrawing from love at this time, or you may have been withdrawn from love for some time. The Lovers can indicate a choice, right? And then you have indecision here with peace reverse. There's definitely something here about, you have moon in Libra, fire, just fire signs, and then Gemini here with a cosmic egg. There's definitely something here about the duality, ascending through duality in order to maybe like holding the space here. Yeah, not controlling a situation, holding space, not thinking in black and whites, not 6 and 6. You may have had a controlling lover at some point. Basically being able to hold space for somebody who may be in a level of consciousness that is not like able to be healed or able to ascend or something like that. Whether this is you or somebody else in your life, I have a feeling it's somebody else. Although we have Aries here, which is ruled by Mars. You may be facing some sort of idea about relationships, or how you engage in relationship that drains you or makes you feel indecisive. Like overgiving has come up in your readings in the last week especially. You may be an overgiver who kind of gives up your moral or vital integrity somehow in engaging with others. You may be like and don't take this the wrong way, but you may have some levels of codependency that just sort of attracts people who want to like drain your energy, narcissists even, and I don't use that term lightly. I mean people who lack the ability to self-reflect in order to do the healing work, which is really this is like a form of hell, right? So you may have compassion for people who experience life in this way. And you may also be realizing like they do not have compassion for you, though they may want to. This could also, if you're not dealing with anybody, be a work situation where work has just been draining you, making you feel tired. Your boss may be a bit tyrannical and sort of make up the rules as they go. Whether or not they know what they're doing is a different story, but they may just expect for you to kind of drop everything and do what they want you to, along with all the other things they want you to do. And you may be contemplating leaving this environment that appears to drain your energy without appreciation for your individual consciousness and your creative consciousness. In the past, we have luxury reverse, the 4 of Cups. I'm so glad this is in your past energy. Moon in Cancer here. Definitely look at where the moon is at in your chart because it's come up a couple times here. But I'm so glad this is in your past because it came up a lot last week as well. And it just was like sort of permeating these blessings that you had coming in. It was like you had all these blessings coming in, but because you were sort of, this was in your energy, you were having a hard time being enthusiastic about the changes that were being made or like taking action on the changes that were being made. Like there was all this beauty around you and you were kind of like, oh, okay, universe, well, cool. Thanks for sending me all of that after I've been through this BS or whatever. But I think you're kind of recognizing the necessity of the role of this person in activating the part of you that is like supra conscious, like activating the part of you that can hold the either or in a situation. Like if this is a narcissist you're dealing with, I was just talking to somebody about this today. It could be that you're, realizing who they are again, realizing what they're dealing with, how they've brought a certain quality out in you in doing this draining, like maybe being able to hold your boundaries, and how they've activated this space in your thoughts where you can hold two opposing pictures at once, and see the bigger picture. You've ascended to a higher place of awareness and consciousness with this consciousness card than where you were at before you engaged with this job or this person or this boss. And you're leaving this Four of Cups sort of dissatisfaction or even resentment behind to move forward, just sort of accepting this as part of the picture, and accepting a bit of like non-resistance here, which is going to help you move through it more easily. What is the future or incoming energies for Scorpio here? Oh, okay. We have the Prince of Discs and the Priestess. Beautiful. Okay. I really like the Prince of Discs and the Priestess here together, because the Prince of Discs is somebody who's super grounded, right? He's got his like chariot here. He's got the bull, Taurus energy. And then he's holding this sphere that has like this little rectangular like cube 3D box in the middle. And it reminds me of Rick and Morty, that episode where like his car battery is a civilization that he built. And it's almost like you understand how this energy has energized your battery. Oh, I'm hearing the word battery as like something you may have experienced with this person, which is terrible. I hope that's not the case. But if so, you're most certainly moving forward, and quite quickly, and maybe with some amount of stubbornness and fortitude that feels divinely guided with the Priestess here. Whenever I see the Roman numeral 2 on the Priestess, I also see the Roman numeral 2 for the sign of Gemini, and the Lovers is ruled by Gemini. So certainly some sort of lesson you've learned about manifestation, intuition, setting boundaries, casting your net, and then setting your sights on what you're manifesting in the world has occurred because of the lessons that you've engaged with here in this choice. I'm seeing in the High Priestess as well, she has the crown of Hathor, who is, I think, a cow-faced goddess, and the moon. She has these like energetic vibrations coming out from her crown chakra and is casting this net into 3D reality, like shaping the forms of 3D reality via the vibrations she's sending out. So you are extremely consciously aware of how your thoughts manifest reality at this time, and you are also grounding those manifestations in reality, perhaps quite quickly. Again, you've learned to set these boundaries in such a way that it seems to be that there is not a lot of interference between your thoughts or downloads and your manifestations. And so you also being encouraged to take time to maintain that awareness in your thoughts, and to really like meditate, use meditation and awareness that if we are not even a small part of the solution, we are indeed a large part of the problem. There's a responsibility that you've acquired here through this like esoteric knowledge, and through gaining this ability to manifest, that I think came with some caveats you weren't expecting, regarding how it is you are showing up in the world, or are required to show up in the world by your higher self. And I find you bringing this into balance, perhaps a little bit more slowly in the 3D with the Prince of Discs here, but still the Prince of Discs is part of the royal family, and he can indicate a person as well. So you may be manifesting a person who is really stable, perhaps a bit, I wanted to say playful, but that's more like a page, maybe more focused on what it is that they are doing in their life. And so when they come into your life, there's not this sense of draining your energy, or like energy drain that you may have experienced in other connections. or, you know, it could also be a job. Sort of take it as it resonates. Let's see. I want to learn about the outcome for you. This is what's coming in. Well, let's learn about your thoughts and feelings regarding this situation first. Oh, that's nice. Abundance, 3 of Cups. I think this is Mercury in Cancer. So that's really lovely. You find that what Spirit has given you in this 4 of Cups, which is sort of like, it's like an overindulgence in this abundance card, right? Luxury. It's almost like, it's like you have so much, or you've been given so much that you don't really know what to do with it. You can't really appreciate it, or you see that it comes at a cost, which, yeah, has come up at your reading. And so you kind of find that you're a little disillusioned by it. Something's coming up in my mind as a memory. I went to the Bahamas, to Nassau when I was younger. And I remember the bus ride from like the ship, like the cruise ship, to, I think we went to the Atlantis. They have that like slide that goes underneath the aquarium where you can see all the fish and stuff. But like, I remember the bus ride, and it passed through like the town of Nassau, or on Nassau, and it was like totally desolate. Like, there were people sitting on the side of the road, like without shoes, and like everything was boarded up. All the shops were boarded up, and it was like these big tour bus, like casino enterprises, cruise ship enterprises had like overshadowed the local economy and broken it. And I remember being like, I'm so lucky to be here. And I also see like around me that this came at a steep cost for the people who were here before. And while, you know, Nassau, while the casino offered a lot of abundance for people who were able to be employed there, it really outmoded a way of life that came before. And so you are sort of returning in a way to this perspective of abundance. How is that being accomplished here? Ooh, the Chariot reversed. Cancer, a lot of Cancer energy in this reading. You might be dealing with a Cancer. And the Ace of Discs. This is interesting. So you have the Prince on his chariot grounded here. And then you have this like War Chariot reverse, right? You may have been moving forward in your manifestations from a perspective of desiring emotional fulfillment. And what you're finding instead now is that there's an element of grounding or material reality that is part of this emotional fulfillment that you did not previously consider with the 3 here and the 4 here. It's like okay, like personally, I'm a minimalist, right? Like, I don't really put a lot of value on material things other than what we like need, or, you know, what's necessary. But you may have found in the past that focusing more on emotional fulfillment in place of material fulfillment led to instability. And this instability sort of created a situation where even though you had everything, you were unable to ground your everything, if that makes sense. It could be, for instance, that you were like emotionally fulfilled in all aspects of your life, but you were sort of overburdened at work and you kept getting sick or something, or overburdened at work and you just couldn't get enough sleep. And there was a part of you that was just always like tired or drained or feeling indecisive because your energy was just not going where it needed to go. And so this may also be you realizing that if you're a minimalist in some way, this is you sort of redirecting or reassigning value between like emotional patterns, thought patterns, material patterns, and then etheric patterns, so that you're sort of more in alignment. The Ace of Discs, I like that it has come back into your reading because it was showing up a lot. And there's a reading from last week, I think, called You Are the Pentacle. If you haven't seen that one, maybe check it out. But it's like there was something you needed to address first that had not clicked yet for you. The Devil. It could be obsession. It could even be that you like your job or you love being in a romantic connection or a partnership and you just obsess. You want to move things forward quickly. You want to go. You may have a hard time like picking something up and putting it down in its own time. The King of Wands came up in a reading recently as divine timing, you knowing what you want when you want it and doing that. And this High Priestess is you learning to pay attention to your intuition as it motivates your forward movements rather than listening necessarily to your emotions, right? So this is your connection with spirit, the High Priestess and the Prince of Discs. It's like that is overtaking what you thought was potentially a connection with spirit where your emotions said, do this. And you were like, okay, I'm going to go do that. And it's going to make me happy. And you found instead that following your emotions kind of with this level of loyalty to spirit or to the divine or to some sort of like higher order of things led to burnout. And so you're realizing now that there's maybe a subtler energy that addresses this obsessive devil in your life. This oh wow, the snake eater is standing out. The Markhor on the devil card, right, is like a goat in Pakistan or Afghanistan. Yeah, Pakistan and Afghanistan that eats snakes or is reported to eat snakes, specifically venomous ones. And there's these snakes, right, on the staff here, which I think is potentially indicative of the staff of Hermes. But in any case, I did see a hawk yesterday carrying a snake, which I mentioned at the beginning of this reading. So definitely something here about you overcoming that sort of head of the snake. Or those snake-like energies. I think snakes get a bad rap in esoteric traditions. Just, I mean, obviously because their association with the devil and the curse of needing to be on their belly for the rest of existence, because snakes are fascinating creatures. There's pit vipers, right, that have these like heat sensing pits in their like head, and so they'll like they get a bad rap because they're super venomous and they can be kind of aggressive, but also, I mean, they sense other things in their environment with their tongue by sticking their tongue out and like tasting / smelling, right? They lay eggs and they shed their skin. I don't know why that's standing out, but you may be shedding an old skin here. This might have been, I'm seeing this as kind of, this net as sort of like the crepey skin of the snake, and it just sort of took some time for that process to occur because you were moving through this energy. I want to clarify this energy here. 2432. Ooh, okay, Prudence. The Prudence came out like it was going to be reversed and then it flipped. Sun in Virgo. 8 of Pentacles. So work. This looks like a work situation. Even if there is a love situation here, it's like it was work. What you were doing was work. You were like It's like you were being productive for the sake of being productive, or like giving for the sake of like how it made you feel about yourself. This was like a replacement for your sovereign self-worth. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. So like, rather than knowing or understanding in your heart of hearts that you have self-worth because you're a human being created by the creator, Lady Gaga, right? That song, God makes no mistakes. How does it go? I can't remember. Now I'm hearing I Am That I Am, which is not Lady Gaga. but there's this I am that I am consciousness that you're coming into, and this idea that you needed to bust your booty to the point of exhaustion in order to have worth needed to be overcome first. And it may have snuck in, like you were sort of leveled out, abundant, manifesting, on the right track. And then there was something like another offer or a chance to get more or something. And I'm remembering you pulled the Harvest card in a recent reading that said the Harvest card is about like not taking more than you need. Knowing everything, again, in divine timing will come to you. And so you were tested and you found you needed to overcome this test of self-worth. And here you are, fully aware of your sovereignty, the High Priestess and the Prince of Discs, in your abundance, taking things slowly in their own time, brand new beginning. And with the Devil here, it's like you've mastered this energy. You understand. The Devil can mean nature in the Thoth Tarot. And the horns can also be indicative of Pan, the energy of Pan, who's the god of nature, or Cernunnos, right? One of the oldest pagan gods. The Devil can represent our natural instincts, our desire for more than we need. Again, obsession, anything really that opposes your divine like alignment. And I'm not seeing the Devil here as like a bad influence. I'm seeing this awareness with the goat's third eye there open in the middle. I'm seeing this like super awareness of the role of abundance and luxury in your life and the threshold at which you meet the blessings of the divine with your understanding of your self-worth. And then that fine line, right, of like looking for more for the sake of security or for the sake of like inflating your sense of self to offset that need to, I think, walk and communicate in consciousness, in conscious awareness. Like, I think sometimes, you know, there's the concept that when you sell out, what you're doing is you're giving up your moral integrity, your emotional integrity, which came up here in this part of the reading, right? In order to have security, in order to have more than what you need in the moment so you don't have to worry about it in the future. This is you finding the fine line of that threshold where in this duality, this sense of duality we spoke about, you are engaged in conscious co-creation with the divine, whatever that means to you, and you know you are provided for. You know your self-worth as a sovereign being, as a creation of God, your higher self, the divine. And this is that dichotomy. You know where the Ace of Discs becomes the Devil and vice versa. You know where abundance becomes overindulgence and vice versa. On even the most subtle level with the High Priestess here, on even the most subtle energetic level. This was your sort of last step into your higher consciousness awakening in this new ego identity as this snake has shed its skin, right? Outcome for Scorpios here. This is a really beautiful reading. I'm really grateful for this reading, especially after the last one. Thank you, Scorpios, for being such a cool collective. This is lovely. Okay, outcome. Worry reversed. That is so cool. 5 of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, overcoming lack consciousness in all ways. Not just materially, but like, yes, very much integrating the concept of knowing your self-worth. Here we have Mercury in Taurus, right? So we had Mercury in Cancer somewhere over here, and then we have the Prince of Discs, Taurus. Here we go. Abundance. Yeah, there we go. Boom, boom. Yeah, transferring that emotional reliance upon the divine to a grounded knowing of what your worth is, what you deserve, what you don't deserve. Especially if you experience, like I said, Battery, that Metallica song is coming up. Especially if you experience something like that. Knowing your self-worth and setting boundaries is one of the hardest lessons after coming out of a situation where somebody else has tried to control you, right? And this is you having the courage to stand up, having the courage to say no, having the courage and the knowing of, I don't deserve this. Nobody deserves this. And whether or not this person heals is not my business. What I need to focus on and what I am aware of is my healing and what I deserve. And this is not a selfish thing. This is like you penetrating these vibes out into the universe to manifest a reality where the people, the jobs, situation, the work that comes into your life are on that level of consciousness or coming up to meet you. Okay, I substitute for kindergarten sometimes, and we always tell the kids, right? Like, we can't control what other people do. We can only control what we do and how we react to a situation. So a little bit, this is you sort of understanding that lesson as an adult, right? Like, we all gotta remember those things sometimes, those fundamentals. Anything else for the outcome for Scorpio? Yes, Queen of Wands reversed. That's interesting. I think the Queen of Wands reversed here. You no longer feel the need to, I want to say to, like, if you're a practitioner of magic or something, you no longer feel the need to like cast spells or do magic in order to create or make things happen. You're aware that things are happening for you all the time, like Esther Hicks, right? And Abraham and Esther Hicks. Things are happening for me all the time. The highest good. I'm on my highest timeline. You're using affirmations. You're in co-creation. And so you're not really needing to like actively like control or feel the need to control this. The pine cone on the top of the staff of the Queen of Wands reminds me of Pinocchio, which means pine eye, pine occhio, pine eye. And I'm always reminded of a few things symbolically with this particular card in this particular deck. Is there's a giant pine cone at the Vatican, like a huge statue of a pine cone at the Vatican. And then the cross that Jesus was crucified on was made of pine. Pine represents wisdom. It represents like the all-seeing eye, the pine cone. And there's this solar hawk here as well. So the concept of the all-seeing eye is kind of like there's this new world order, and if everybody underneath the top of this like pyramidal structure, right, feels like they're being watched and that there are consequences that are like sent down by the divine to punish or reward them, that they'll do what they're essentially being convinced to do in order to create the foundations of a structure of a society, right? Which becomes this pyramidal structure. And this is you kind of like understanding the illusion of that as well. Not really worrying about that because it's like you're so in alignment with these signs, symbols, synchronicities in the universe, and so in alignment with your higher self and in conversation with God the divine, that you understand that if something comes up, excuse me, my nose is stuffy. If something comes up for you to, like a blockage, that's interesting, comes up for you to heal, it's there for you, for your highest good, for your healing. And this is not you gaslighting yourself in any way, shape, or form. It's like you've undone the sort of idea of there being like punishment or reward. It's simply divine. It's simply divine. That's it. It's all simply divine. And that's a beautiful brand new beginning for you. The Queen of Wands can indicate like really needing to love yourself and give self-love and kind of glam up and like just appreciate yourself in the 3D. And this is you again, like you just know it's divine. So you can go out in, you know, your sweats with a ponytail, you know, to the store or whatever, and you still feel as good doing that as you do like, you know, dressing up and going out dancing or full face of makeup or, you know, all the aftershave and all of that. Like, yeah, you just kind of see the bigger picture here. Anything else for the outcome of Scorpio? 3, the works. Capricorn card here with the devil down here. The 3 of Pentacles indicates self-mastery. Mars and Capricorn. And then you have Mars and Aries back here. This is self-mastery in a major way. This is you being able to, we have that pyramidal structure here that I was talking about, along with these Dharma wheels, understanding the impact of your current actions on future lives, on past lives. There's that Native American concept that what we do in this life goes 7 generations forward and 7 generations back, or heals 7 generations forward and back. This is you understanding not just the larger picture of your own life, but also the impact you have on others, the impact of the work that you've done on yourself has on the flow around you, and being able to move through torrential waters in an energy of calm collectedness. Yeah, I have just like the greatest feeling from this reading. And also it's grounded. It's not like a exuberance that overflows outside of the holding tank of my energy or my body. It's like swirling prana, like moving through your body. If you've ever, you know, done pranayama or like yoga and experienced the growth of energy from just breathing, right? This is you like adding that air element to your water and then moving your 3D vehicle that way. It's really profound and serene. And I love this energy for you, Scorpio. I'm going to pull one more oracle card to end this reading out because I think we're going to leave it there. Otherwise, I don't know what else to say. All right, I went to pick up my cards and 3 came out. So, yeah, okay. The Hermit reversed. Yeah, okay. So we have the 4 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, and the Hermit reversed. I like to read these cards. I think they're quite beautiful. Here's the 10 of Cups. It's got all of the animals. This is super emotional fulfillment for you, Scorpio. This is taking this 3 and 4 of Cups and making it a 10. Like, I don't know how else to say, but it's like you've done all kinds of steps with just one simple piece of healing here. The 10 of Cups carries feelings of happiness and contentment with life. It is an energy created from the simple joys of being in harmony with those within your community and nature. The 10 of Cups can indicate that a problematic situation is ending. Oh, thank God. Opening the door for a peaceful time in your life. Moments of stress or struggle will be replaced by feelings of optimism and bliss. When you lean into the 10 of Cups energy, you will find it easy to connect emotionally with those around you whom you cherish. Suppose you are experiencing conflict or a difficult situation. Lean into the 10 of Cups energy. You will naturally create a bridge between differences so that common ground can be found. Finding the emotional strength to extend an olive branch will have lasting positive effects. Focus your journey on what you have in common rather than where your differences keep you apart. The 10 of Cups message is that we all gain when we work together to create an atmosphere that promotes peace and harmony. The forest animals come together for the 10 of Cups as they are a community that brings their unique talents and resources to support each other. Community, connectedness, and growth. So you also have, you have the 3 of Pentacles here and then the 3 of Cups here for abundance and the works, which, yes, can indicate community. There's something you've mastered as well that you're able to offer your community, or your community is like recognizing this about you. With the 4 of Cups here, you may have been emotionally like holding back. And then the 4 of Pentacles here, you may have been sort of seeking security. Again, like seeking security where you didn't necessarily need it, and it may have put you in a vulnerable position. Like the fox has these rabbits in its den, right? And this rabbit is up here looking for its little babies. We'll read this too. 4 of Pentacles. If you saw the fox first, it means cleverness, spry, magical, and shape-shifting. And if you saw the rabbit first, it means abundance, reproduction, open creativity, and luck. The rabbit brings abundance, so call on this energy, but don't restrict it. Let it run free. Release the fox to do what it does best. Be nimble and clever. When you use the fox and the rabbit in harmony, you will have the skills needed to bring about a positive shift, and with it, a bountiful harvest. Yeah, there is a lot of energy here about like threading the needle, like bringing both sides together, holding 2 opposing ideas at once in order to gain the larger picture, in order to see the larger perspective, and coming out of hermit mode with the spider reversed here. I'd like to read that as well, or at least a part of it. Patience, creativity, awareness, vibration, and connected. The spider makes for an ideal hermit, as it is a less than social creature, preferring to spend its time in the shadows. Channel this creature, known for its mysterious qualities, when it is time to assess your growth. Are there opportunities to cast a new net or spin a new web to help you gain the desired outcome? That's your high priestess here. Are there opportunities? Yeah. Have patience if the results don't happen overnight, and pay attention to the vibrations as they will become your guide. So yeah, that's just repeating the message of being super conscious of your supraconscious, because those vibrations are, like this card came out reversed on top of your high priestess, 3 of Cups, and your Ace of Pentacles, right? Those vibrations are happening like boom, 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 boom. With the Chariot reverse, it's like there's not even really that need to move things forward. It's like you're just attracting them in the way a spider does, right? You've already cast your net. It's already accessible based on what you're focusing on or perceiving. So curate your perception here. Yeah. To be in alignment with the divine, with this Queen of Wands reversed. It's like curate your perception to, again, undo that need for external validation. You are a being of light. God makes no mistakes. All right, Scorpio, that's what I have for you today. If you enjoyed this reading and it resonated, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I am so grateful to all of you. I love having you here. I love reading for you. It is a privilege always, and I shall see you again soon. Bye.